Rwanda's infrastructure is remarkable. As we cruise along, you need no telling that there are few potholes on the roads in this land of 1,000 hills. With a recent economic turnover of 11.4%, Rwanda's economy is truly up and kicking. Quite a far cry from what many people know it for. The 1994 genocide that saw at least 800,000 minority Tutsis and moderate Hutus slaughtered in 100 days of mayhem. There is a third tribe here known as the Twa, but they form a tiny minority. At the center of Kigali, Rwanda's capital city, is a memorial center built in honor of all those who lost their lives, not just in the 1994 genocide, but in ethnic conflicts in 1959, where over 150,000 Tutsis were exiled into neighboring countries, and the 1974 one as well. The park is meant to serve as a stark reminder to the Rwandese that never again should they be split along ethnic lines, but rather see themselves as one. After all Rwandese speak one language, Kinyarwanda. The graphic images and videos of the memorial park are shocking and heartrending. It is hard to believe that human beings are capable of such atrocities. Of the 500,000 women who were raped, about 200,000 were infected with HIV and 20,000 others conceived as a result of their rape ordeals.
When you look at Rwanda, you know, they had to dehumanize Tutsis to such an extent that a Hutu militiaman could hack a child to death or throw a child down a pit latrine or smash its head against the wall without any compulsion, without any fear whatsoever.
The Rwandese do not hesitate to remind the rest of the world, and particularly Africans, of the danger of divisive politics and bad governance.
Something like Uganda and Kenya, you suffered just a tip of an iceberg in the post-election violence as well as last year in the riots.
Leaders are not supposed to kill their own people. Leaders are supposed to protect their people.
Kagame's government has recently come under criticism with claims of the media being denied its freedom, claims that have escalated following the murder of a Rwandese journalist 2 weeks ago. And although the government denies its involvement in the killing, it says the media was largely responsible for fueling the genocide fire and must therefore be contained. Minister for Cabinet Affairs Patrice Musoni and Minister for Sports and Culture Joseph Habineza insist that media has its freedom, but there are lines not to be crossed.
But the moment you start now creating an environment of fear within a population, then the law should say you are not allowed to.
There is only 2 papers which were suspended by their peers because they were going beyond.
Elections in Rwanda are expected to be held next month, and sources say there is a bit of tension with President Kagame being accused of repression of his political opposition, claims that government officials dismiss as untrue. But what is clear is that peace has to be maintained in this country that some say is still fragile and cannot afford to go into civil war again. We are at the Rwandan Genocide Memorial Park, where millions of Rwandans were massacred and executed in the genocide, and over 500,000 women raped and defiled, with some infected with HIV. And today Rwandans insist that love, unity and togetherness has to be promoted so that there's never a genocide again in this country. Nderi, pt.1, Kigali, Rwanda.